What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm super excited because we're gonna be doing a full face first impressions on all new drugstore makeup. There have been a lot of new releases at the drugstore recently, and from some of my favorite brands, we have new e.l.f., new Wet n Wild, new Maybelline, new CoverGirl, new ColourPop. Like, we got a lot of stuff today, and I'm super excited to see how everything works. So I'm just gonna do a full face, testing everything out, and let you guys know if it's worth your money or you should skip it. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Before we jump into makeup, we're gonna go ahead and prep the skin. Y'all know, if you have watched me for a while, that I love this D'Alba First Spray Serum. You can get this on Amazon. I've gone through so many bottles of this. It has white truffle in it, which is a really powerful skincare ingredient. It improves skin elasticity and smooths fine lines, but they just came out with a cream. This is their white truffle double serum and cream. So I've been using this for the past week, and oh my goodness, this is like the coolest thing. So basically, when you open it up, it's dual-sided. And inside you get both the serum and the cream. The serum's more lightweight, gonna give hydration and skin relief, and the cream is a little bit thicker, more intense, and gonna give that extra rich hydration. And you basically can custom create your own formula based on your skin type. My skin's dry, so I like to go in with 1 part of the serum and then 2 parts of the intense cream. So I use a little bit more of the intense cream to really get like that hydration on my skin that it needs. If you have more combo skin, I would use equal parts of the serum and the cream. And if you have more oily skin, I would use 2 parts serum, 1 part cream. But you basically just like mix them together on your skin. It has a nice light like citrusy scent to it and is insanely hydrating. Like, I can't even explain to you guys how much better my skin already feels putting this on. This saved me when I was traveling last week because my skin gets so dry when I travel and from planes and stuff. And it pairs perfectly with their First Spray Serum, so you can use that as well for some extra added hydration to the skin. So I wanna thank D'Alba for partnering with me on this section of today's video. I will link both of these down below. You can find them both on Amazon. So good. All right, now the skin is all nice and glowy and hydrated. Let's go ahead and jump in to the makeup. So up first for primer, e.l.f. brought back the Jelly Pop Primer. This is the Jelly Pop Dew Primer from e.l.f. This was such a big hit, but it was limited edition. I don't know why. They should have brought it back a long time ago, but they brought it back. Although I think it's still limited edition. So like, if you wanna get this, you gotta get it. They came out with this, the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Glow Stick, which is like a little bit of like a highlighter sort of product. I have a different highlighter to try. I've tried this before previously on my channel if you wanna look up like a review on that. And they also came out with a new lip oil, which we are gonna try. Okay, this is like dripping down my face. I have to spread it out. This primer reminds me a lot, honestly, of their Hydra Grip Primer, except it's a little bit less sticky. So I actually like this one a bit better just because it's easier to spread out. Like, it's gonna give you a little tack to the skin, but it's not as sticky as their Hydra primer. So just a personal preference, can't go wrong with either, but really like this primer. It's nice, hydrating, kind of feels cooling to the skin, and good to prep before foundation. So I was excited to see them bring it back, and I'm excited to try out the lip oil again towards the end. Or not again, the lip oil is brand new, so I've never tried that one. The primer I've tried before when it came out in the past. Okay, now jumping into complexion, I'm so excited. We have 2 products that I really can't wait. First, we have this new Wet n Wild. Well, this is actually not first. I'm gonna use another product before it, but we have this new Wet n Wild foundation. It was literally $7, which nowadays a $7 foundation is like a hidden gem. Like, it's impossible to find. All these foundations, even the drugstore ones, are like above 10 bucks. So very excited about this, and it's supposed to be super hydrating. So we're gonna check that out. But before I go in with that, I do wanna go in with these Makeup Revolution Bright Light Bronzing Drops. Makeup Revolution is one of the newest brands to add to every single brand and their mother, brother, and sister that have created a bronzing drop. Everybody's coming out with one. These are the Makeup Revolution ones. I have this in shade light and medium. I'm gonna just squeeze some onto my skin and blend it out because, as you can tell, my face is about 57 shades lighter than my body right now. So we need the bronze where we can get it for sure. So gonna go in and just blend that out on the skin. Okay, the shade on this is looking nice. It's a little bit drier than other formulas that I've tried, like other bronzing drops that I've tried, which if you have more oily skin, you may like that better. Me, with more dry skin, I like the more like ones that have a little bit of a hydration to them. This one definitely has a little bit of a drier consistency, but still I think looks nice. Gave like a bronzy glow to the skin, kind of did its job. You could of course blend it into a moisturizer if you want to, although this one does say use alone for a natural glow, or you could mix it in with your foundation or a cream moisturizer. So it doesn't specify that you have to mix it in like like many of the other bronzing drops do, so I don't mind it. I would probably use it in the future mixed into a moisturizer to give me a little bit more hydration. But if you're looking for something that's gonna give you bronze and not really gonna give like any sort of glow or luminosity to the skin, you may like this better than other ones on the market. And I do like the color. I feel like it's very much giving like just left the beach, which is what it's supposed to do. Alrighty, now for the foundation. So like I said, this is new from Wet n Wild. This is their niacinamide skin tint. It has 5% niacinamide, under $10. I got mine on Amazon. I couldn't find it in store anywhere just yet, but Amazon was fully stocked. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm a little concerned that it's gonna be too dark, but again, I had to order it online, so couldn't actually see it in store. We will try and make it work. The shade that I went with was cream beige. This also has hyaluronic acid in it, 24-hour hydration, so let's try it out. Has like a little applicator like this. I'm gonna just get some on the skin there, and then I'm gonna use a beauty sponge to blend it out. Okay, I actually think with my neck, we'll be able to make this shade work. I definitely am gonna order a lighter shade if I like this, but I should be able to make it work because it's blending pretty easily. Bring it down the neck to make it not so obvious. Actually giving a really nice coverage, which I like. Not full coverage, but I would say medium. Feels super hydrating right off the bat. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more just on the forehead there, but gave a better coverage than I expected for a skin tint. Because if you're familiar with the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator, which is another product from them that I actually really like, that's definitely a lighter coverage than this. This is gonna give you more coverage, but still gives you that hydration. So I really like that. It feels very nice on the skin. Very lightweight, blends it out easily. No complaints on that. I think looks really nice too. And definitely has like a glowy finish to it, but it's not too much. There's no like glitter or anything in this, so it's not gonna be like overly crazy glowy, but gonna give you like that moisturized, hydrated look, which for me, I really, really like. So I really like the way that this looks on the skin and the way that it feels. I think I would just grab a lighter shade for myself personally. There was quite a big shade range, so hopefully there should be a shade for everybody in there. I'm looking right now on Amazon, looks like there's about 30 different options, or maybe 26 in total. So decent shade range to be able to find a shade that works, and I really like it. I'm gonna wear this throughout the entire day. I will update the description box with how it lasts throughout the day, so check there. I'll put it where I list all of the products. But upon initial application for $7, if you want something like hydrating and glowy for the summer that's not gonna be like super full coverage, but still give you a decent coverage and tint to the skin, I think that you'll like this. Okay, I do not have a new concealer, so I'm just gonna pop some on these under eyes. Going with a little bit of a lighter concealer just to like cancel out the little bit of the darker foundation so we can make everything work on our face. And I'm just gonna blend that out real quick before we jump in with some more new products. All right, now time for some new liquid blush slash bronzer. I feel like it's a little bit in between. I was really excited to try this. This is brand new from Maybelline. I also ordered this on Amazon because it was another product that was not finding in store just yet, but they had it on Amazon. A lot of times Amazon gets like the new drugstore stuff before the drugstores do. I don't know how they do it, but anyways, this is new from Maybelline. It's their Sun Kiss, is it Sun Kiss or Sun Kisser? I think it's Sun Kisser blush. And the shade that I got is Summer in the City. So this is basically like a liquid blush. It looks like the same packaging as their lip glosses have, but it's a liquid blush, but they're in like more bronzy type tones, like that looks like a bronzer, but basically supposed to be perfect for summer, give you like that sun-kissed kind of look. And I'm just going in with so much of it without knowing how pigmented this is. So let's hope this blends. Okay, don't do as I do. Y'all can learn from my mistakes. Blend first a little bit to see. Okay, but this is actually blending out easily. Ooh, okay. I probably didn't need as much as I put on, but it is blending, and this is actually really pretty. We're so used to like, you know, pinks or coral blushes. At least me, that's typically what I go for. And then I save sort of shades like this for like bronzer and put that in the more bronzy areas of my face instead of right on my cheeks. But I actually am kind of living for this. Like in the summer, if you don't want to do like a pink or anything on your cheeks and you just want to be truly bronze, this is really pretty. And it does have a sheen to it. If you see, like as I move my face, definitely has like a glow. So it could be used as like a blush kind of highlighter duo as well. I do have a highlight that I want to try, so we're gonna highlight too, but you don't really need a highlighter with this. If you see, definitely gives you that glow on its own, which is nice. Very, very pretty. This did come in quite a few different shades as well. A lot of like versions of different sort of bronzy tones. I think they had one that was like a little bit more pinky, but really, really pretty. I like this a lot actually, and was not super pricey either. It was $11.99. So I mean, in comparison, I paid $7 for the foundation, now $11.99 for a blush. Like I said, drugstore prices are just getting higher, but it was $11.99 on Amazon, but I actually really like the finish of it, so I think worth the price. If you want to be bronzy this summer, I would recommend it, like giving like island glow. You know what I mean? So I like that. All right, for highlight, we have these newer ones from ColourPop. This is the Liquid Light Glow Drops. Now, I've said this before, but I still, to my core, I'm a powder highlight girly. I've like transitioned everything else over to creams and liquids, like blushes, bronzers, all that, but I still love a powder highlight. But I gotta try these from ColourPop. They look really pretty, and that's just very much a personal preference of mine. I know a lot of people like liquid highlights, so this is for my liquid highlight girlies. Like, let's see if this is any good. They launched a couple different shades in this. I'm gonna use shade Sun O'Clock, which looks like a light kind of champagne-y sort of color, and I'm gonna tap just a little bit on my cheeks there and tap it out with my finger. Okay. Very bright, so I'm gonna add some to this side too, so that it's not too much. Oh, this is actually quite pretty. You don't need a lot of it because it's gonna give a good glow on its own, especially mixed with that blush that we did that already had so much glow. This is actually like a liquid highlight that I would use, because some of them, when they're really crazy, like glowy and pigmented, they kind of just leave this stripe on the face. It's like impossible to kind of like buff out like you can with a powder, where this I think actually looks quite natural, like definitely giving a glow, but it's not like this stripe on the side of your face. So I like that a lot. Very pretty actually. They have like a pinky one too, so I want to try that and see how that one works, but really pretty. I like that. And you guys know, as always, with ColourPop, you can use code Kelly on their website. It'll get you 10% off of your entire purchase if you want to get anything, but this highlight is quite pretty. I like it. Okay, up next, we're gonna jump into some new brow products. CoverGirl launched some new ones. So we have the Clean Fresh Brow, which is a clear brow gel. They also came out with a brow liner, which this is a tiny little like nano type brow pen, which these are typically the kind that I go for, and then just a little spoolie on the other side. But then they did also come out with the brow filler, which is a larger kind of brow pen, more angled, with a little bit of like a buffer brush on the other side for those that like a larger sort of brow pencil. I'm gonna go with the more micro one because that's what I typically like. And the CoverGirl Micro Brow is one of my all-time favorite brow pencils, so I'm interested to see how this one works, like if it's basically the same thing. I have this in shade Blonde, so it may be a little too light. Let's see. Okay, no, actually giving me a good pigment. Sometimes they make the blonde eyebrow products so light, I'm like, oh my gosh. But this one is actually pretty good. Like, we are getting some color from it. So I'm gonna just underline the brow to give us a baseline to work off of. Then I like to kind of like spoolie that out to blend it a little bit. Then let's go through with the brow gel. Ooh, this is actually pretty good. It's a tiny little spoolie, but sometimes those are good because they can really get in there and like pick up those brows, so I like that. And doesn't look like it's significantly changing the color or anything on my brows, which is nice. Staying clear, which is what we want out of a clear brow gel. I like it. Works pretty dang good actually. And then I'm gonna let that fully dry. Okay, I think it's pretty much dry. I'm gonna go in now with the brow filler, just so we can try this one out too. Again, this is a little bit more of a thicker one, and I'm gonna go in and just draw on like little brow strokes. Oh, no, you know what? I don't like this one. It's definitely like a thicker, it has more products. Let me try and like buff it out with a little buffer. Okay, you can like blend it out with the buffer. These are not my personal favorite type of brow pencils. I prefer like the kind where you can go in and just draw the little precise lines. So I'm gonna stick with the more micro one. Yeah, I like this one better. Depends on how you like to do your brows. If you have thick brows naturally and you don't really need to draw on like any additional little brow strokes, the brow filler would work really well for you. For me, my brows are thinner, so I have to go in and like draw on little brow strokes. So when I go in with something like this, it just kind of creates like that block brow look because it can be too thick. So little fine like brow pencils like this are better for me. So I like this one better to fill in my brow hairs. Like this side to me just looks better where I just use this, where this side I feel like looks a little bit more like boxed in from this product. So depends on your personal preference. I like the micro one, and I definitely like the brow gel too. All right, now for eyes, let's jump into this new ColourPop palette. This is the Precious Metals palette, and this is so beautiful. Literally, when I opened this, I was like, whoa! These sort of tones just speak to my heart. They're all neutrals, obviously, which y'all know I love. But what's nice about this too is that you have warm tones and cool tones. So you get both in here. You don't have to pick and choose. I love these larger palettes from ColourPop because they basically give you everything you need in one. So let's try this out. I'm gonna go with shade Too Much to start, and I'm just gonna buff that in as a neutral transition. This is a matte shade. What's nice about this palette as well is that it's a mix of mattes, shimmers, and some glitters in here. So you can definitely get a full eye look with this palette. All right, now that we got that down, I think I'm gonna go with a little bit more of a warm tone look just because everything else we have is like so bronzy. So I'm gonna jump in with Invest in Me. This is a super warm tone brown. I'm gonna bring that into the crease to start to to warm it up. ColourPop's mattes are always pigmented and blend really well, so I like that. They make our job as the eyeshadow artist easier because eyeshadow is my least favorite part of my makeup routine. I gotta tell you guys, I feel like I've said that before. And it's definitely the area where I feel like the least confident when it comes to makeup. Like my blending skills are just not as good as like other people's are. Just my weak point, you know? But good quality shadows that are blendable will help that, so appreciate that. Now to add some more smokiness, I'm gonna go in with Your Solid and kind of press that into this outer corner. It's like a warm chocolatey brown, just to give some depth to the outer part of our eye. Same thing on the other side. Okay, looking good. Okay, now I wanna do a shimmer all over the lid, so I think I'm gonna go in with this one, Get Your Coin. Looks like that, kind of like a light golden shade. I'm just gonna pop that on with my finger. I love a pretty gold eyeshadow in the summer, so pretty. And then in the inner corner and brow bone, I'm gonna go in with Polished to give that little pop. Also a shimmer, just a bit lighter. Look at how bright that one is. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm like trying to blend it. I'm like, wow, but it pops so pretty. If you really want to highlight something, this is your shade. Then on the lower lash line, I'm gonna go with Down to Earth. This one is like a shimmer, but it's not as shimmery as the other ones. Like it has a little bit of glitter in it. So perfect to have a little bit of shimmer, but not too much on the lower lash line, which I like. This is perfect for that. A good happy medium between like the glitters and the mattes. Okay, I actually love the way that this eyeshadow look came out. All the eyeshadows blended, they were pigmented, super beautiful palette. I will definitely get a ton of use out of this in the summer. If these are types of shades that you like, that you reach for, definitely a nice palette to have. I really like the eye look that I was able to create with it. Very pretty. Gonna just throw on a little bit of eyeliner. Okay, now let's go in with a new mascara. This is new from Wet n Wild. This is the So Defined Volumizing and Defining Mascara, which sounds up my alley because I like volumizing mascaras, but sometimes they're too clumpy. So the fact that it says defining gives me, you know, hope. This is what the wand looks like. So it's a little bit of a curved wand, which typically those are good for like lifting the lashes. So let's just go in and see. I've not seen much about this like on social media or anything at all, but normally I'm a fan of Wet n Wild's products. Okay, that's about one coat. That actually looks pretty dang good on my lashes. I've talked about this before. My lashes have definitely struggled in pregnancy because I stopped using my lash serum just while I'm pregnant. And so my lashes were so nice and long and full, and now they're back to looking a little skimpy. But finding good mascaras helps that. This is looking pretty good. And it's definitely like defining, which I like. Like that's not clumpy at all, but you definitely can see the lashes and like it did give volume. So I do like that. If you like a super voluminous lash, you're not gonna like this. But if you typically like more defining, separating mascaras, I think this is a pretty good one. Like I definitely like the way this looks on my lashes and how it defined them. It's not too much, but it's definitely like, they're there, you know, you can see them. Gonna do some on the lower lashes as well. The curve actually fits really well on the lower lashes, which is nice. Okay, I actually like this mascara quite a bit. Like I will definitely use this again, just doing one last little lift on my upper lashes. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, now for lips, we have new from Wet n Wild as well. These are the Wet n Wild Soft Blur Matte Lipstick. So they came out with these in a bunch of different colors. I have the shade Nude for Love here. Let me take this out of the packaging. I'm gonna line my lips with some lip liner just before we go in to give them a border. Now let's go in with the lipstick and see, oh, this smells so good. Very like vanilla cupcakey. I like that. Smell is 10 out of 10. This shade is super peachy, which I didn't realize. Like I feel like it doesn't look super peachy in the packaging. I guess it goes good with like the bronzy sort of warm tones that we used. I tend to go for more like pinky mauve-y nude lipsticks than peachy. So the shade isn't my favorite on my skin tone. If you like a more peachy nude, like the formula feels very nice. It's a matte finish, but it doesn't feel drying at all. It feels very creamy on the lips. So I wanna try more shades in this. I feel like this is just not like my perfect shade. Normally I always go for like the nude shade. I don't love the undertone on my skin tone, but the formula is enough for me to wanna try another shade in this, so I will definitely check out another shade. Last but not least, let's go in with the Jelly Pop Glow Reviver Lip Oil from e.l.f. So again, this came out when they relaunched the Jelly Pop Primer. This is new. It looks really pretty. I love the e.l.f. lip oils, and this shade looks stunning. So let's go in. Ooh, it smells like watermelon. I like that. Okay, we got some good smelling lip products in this video. Oh, this is pretty too. Has like a pretty like glitter in it, which their other glow like lip oils, none of them have glitter. So this one's definitely gonna give you like that glow, but also that glittery shine. So it's a little bit more of like a lip gloss style finish, but you still get that nourishing feeling of a lip oil. So I actually like this a lot. Would be really pretty over like pretty much any lip color. And the smell is 10 out of 10. If you like watermelon, You're gonna like this. All right, you guys, so that is the completed look. Very summery today, which I'm excited for summer. It's actually like 70 degrees out, so I feel like it was appropriate. I feel like we tried a lot of good stuff today. Like the Drugstore, they are here not to play. Like they come out with good products. So let me know what you guys think. Are you gonna try any of these? Are you gonna check them out? I will link everything down below in the description box, so check there if you wanna check anything out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.